name is Jara. I teach people how to garden and grow food. So today I want to show you my number one. This is a big deal because I grow a lot of varieties of yard-long beans, pole beans, vine beans, bush beans, all of them. But this is my number one producing bean type. And I say bean in quotations because it's actually a relative or in the family of yard-long beans, so not an actual like green bean, but I use it just like green beans. So if you don't like yard-long beans, grow this. This is called Thai Soldier long beans. They are gorgeous and super productive. Like, I cannot keep up with harvesting, and I only have this row that goes all the way back there worth of Thai Soldier long beans. Amazing. I came across these because I am always looking for cultivars or things, crops, whatever that produce well in Florida, because we have like subtropical conditions, very mild winters, lots of pests, lots of diseases, hurricanes. This year we've been through 2 hurricanes so far. So it's really hard to find crops that will grow food for you that will tolerate all of that. So I came across these because I grow a lot of yard-long beans and they do fantastic here. And so I wanted to give these a try, and I'm so glad I did. This is by far knocks out, in terms of production, any other bean that I've ever grown. So anyways, they are gorgeous for one thing. These Thai Soldier long beans, look at this. They're thick, they're juicy, they are long. I use them more like green beans because yard-long beans, I mean, I use them kind of like green beans too, but I like them more like stir fries and stuff like that. But this to me has more of a flavor and texture similar to a green bean, even though it is part of the yard-long bean family. And it has these beautiful, gorgeous purple streaks. They do fade a little bit when you cook them, but whatever, it's still a gorgeous bean to grow. This reminds me more of like a blend, like the plant, the way it grows and produces. It reminds me more of like a green bean and a like cowpea or southern pea crossed and had a baby because it produces pods that are similar to green beans, and I use them like green beans, but the plant, the way its growth habit and all of that is much more similar to like cowpeas or southern peas. So it doesn't need a trellis or, you know, vertical support or anything like that to grow. It gets really bushy and it sprawls out with these short vines that if there is something for it to cling to and grow on, it will. So like this is a tomato trellis actually that I've planted several batches of these in between my tomato plants because I knew that the growth structure would sprawl out, kind of shade out the roots of my tomato plants, and also prevent water backsplash that would throw diseases on my tomato plants. And it works great. Okay, great option for planting under tomatoes, fruit trees, stuff like that, that you want something a little bit more low growing and that kind of sprawls out and that produces something edible. So yes, Thai Soldier long beans. So they're growing under my tomatoes. They do have short vines. Here's a piece that's vining up here. Let me see if I can pull it down for you guys. So sometimes they grab onto my tomatoes and they start growing on them, but they're really easy to just like, oops, like pull them off. So no big deal. But in general, it does stay lower and it kind of sprawls out horizontally. So I'm gonna harvest all of these with you guys. There are tons. I've already harvested once before, and I've been saving and drying the pod. So like this one's already turning brown, so I'm gonna let this one dry out completely so I could save seeds, because I do sell this on my website, jarasgarden.com. So if you want to try growing it, you can get yourself some seeds. And this is what the seeds look like. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. They look like southern peas, right? Like cow peas or something like that. They're white and they have like black spots. They're small, but they have a similar shape to the yard-long beans as well. But anyways, really cool bean variety. If you're in the South, zones 8 and up, I highly recommend you grow this. I'm always, like I said, I stumbled upon this because I was looking for something that would grow well in our area, but it's always a bonus when it's something that also produces a massive amount of food. Very easy crop. I did direct sow these. I want to say I always have plant tags under them. Here's a tag right here. I put the dates, everything. So I direct sowed these on August 24th. That's pretty much the last time August is the last time I'll direct sow seeds for yard long beans and stuff like that, because they don't like colder weather, and we're now going into fall and winter and it's just gonna get colder. So I would say August is the last time for you to hurry up and direct sow some of these or yard long beans. And then I'll probably start up again with direct sowing them in March once our last cold front has gone through. I'm in zone 9B in Orlando, Florida, so the second week of February is usually the last cold front, and then we're up to warm temperatures again. So towards the end of February or March, I will start direct sowing these again. The best time to harvest these is when they are like pencil thin, but they are a little thicker. Like I say the same thing for yard long beans. Harvest them when they are pencil thin, but yard long beans are definitely just a tad bit thinner than what these get. These are definitely thicker, but you want to harvest them while the pod is still nice and stiff, and that it doesn't feel like there's airy or like pockets of air in there. Same thing with yard long beans. Once there's like pockets of air, the pod isn't crisp anymore. It's starting to lose its texture and get soft and going into the process of drying. So really not good for eating, but these are great. These are two good examples. And I'm gonna use this just like green beans. So I like to like chop mine up. I like to freeze them. I'm gonna try canning because I have so much of this. There's just no way I'm gonna have enough space to package all this stuff in freezer bags and freeze them. So I'm actually gonna try to can these this time. But anyways, let's see how many we have. So yeah, like I said, I direct sowed these August 24th. Today is November 14th. I already harvested the first batch from this, okay? So it just keeps going. And obviously, you know, with beans and peas and stuff, the more that you harvest them, the more you're stimulating it to just keep producing, really. So it just is gonna keep flowering and keep growing, putting on new growth and flowering. Another thing you wanna be careful, and this is the same with yard long beans. Let me take this one as an example. You see the two beans here? This is the growth tip. You can see like the little piece of the vine or the stem and new flowers and leaves here where it will continue growing. You don't want to damage this when you harvest, so be careful because then you just damaged the new growth tips. So when you harvest these things, try to like pick it off right where it meets the stem and don't damage the growth tip. This is Roland. He's my little farmer, my little helper, right, Roland?
6 years old.
Yeah, he's my son. He helps me in the garden sometimes, so he wants to help me pick some of these beans. So let me show you how to know which ones are good. You see this one?
Yeah.
This is a good one. You feel it, right? It's not little like this one. It's a little bit thicker, and when you touch it, it's not squishy, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to pick this one? Yeah. Be careful. You gotta take it off right there. Yeah, this one is still a little too small. All right, here's another one. You want to get this one?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a little bit broken.
That's okay. I hope there's no snakes in here. This is like the perfect place for a snake to hide out. Here, you can take that one too. I should have came out here a couple days ago because they were past the point, but that's okay. They can dry and I'll have more seeds for my shop, right? But I do see tons of new growth. Look, these are little baby ones coming through. So in a couple days, I'm gonna have a ton more. So I'm probably gonna put these in my fridge for a few days. I like to put them like in a Ziploc bag with a dry paper towel, like a piece of a paper towel, so it just absorbs extra moisture and it really helps some of my produce like last longer in the fridge. And then as I go collecting, I'll put them all together and I'll probably process them, freeze them, you know, whatever I decide to do. Aren't they delicious? Are you gonna eat them if I cook them for you? We'll see. All right, we got a nice harvest today. Thank you for helping. Bye.